Here he is, the heavyweight champ, ready to rock and roll, baby. It's another fight week.
Yep.
I'm a little bit disappointed, actually, that I'm not in Las Vegas to be able to do this face-to-face, because I had planned a little bit of a dance with you, following your celebrations, following the second fight, my friend. I thought a nice little Irish jig to start off the conversation. What do you reckon?
Man, I'm never going to live that down. That was just the heat of the moment. I wasn't even planning on doing it. It just kind of happened. I was so excited.
Yeah, but that's what we love. As fans, we love that. Guys that get caught up in the emotion, and we get to see how much it means to people. You know, you put your heart, your soul into a training camp. You sacrifice yourself by going away from your families. And then when you get the result that you want, that spontaneity, man, that's what we all want to see. Listen, and you can dance. You can dance, Stipe.
I can't. Imagine with a couple beers in me, dude. I can dance all night. It's great.
How many times have you done that dance since, with the guys or even with the wife on the night out?
I do with my wife, in front of my wife. She's just telling me to shut up. But we haven't done too much dances because we've been quarantined, so it sucks.
Can the little girl do the jig yet or not?
She can do a little dance. Yeah, she dances more like Frozen or like Moana. She just kind of spins around. She puts a little her little dress tutu on, and she just dances and sings. It's fun. For 2 years old, she does pretty well. Better than me.
Before we talk fight this weekend, I want to talk about being a first responder during this world health pandemic. It's a crazy time for everybody. Lots of people in lockdown. Right now, the reason why I'm not with you is because I've got to work at home with travel and various things like that. Yeah. What's it been like on the front line, man?
It's crazy. I've been telling this, everyone's like, who in their right mind thinks in their lifetime that will be in their life, they'd be part of a pandemic? Like, what? That's crazy. We read about it,
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And, yeah, man, it's, it's there's like hot spots, and thank God the city I work for, it wasn't as bad. People were really listening. They were really keeping to themselves. And, we had a few, but we were really, we're ready to go if we had to. We had, gloves, eye goggles, mask, N95 masks, gowns. We were ready to go. And so, we were pretty lucky. Some stations, unfortunately, some of the guys did get it, and other stations around the city, different cities. But we were pretty lucky.
So you had to change the way. I mean, you've trained a certain way to obviously deal with all the things that you deal with, life-threatening stuff anyway, on a day-by-day basis as a first responder. But now having to deal with this, to second guess yourself, I suppose, when you're going about doing your day-to-day work, that must be a difficult thing.
Yeah, I mean, I never second guess about going in. I love what I do. I worked hard to get there. The only thing that scared me was me. I wouldn't care that I got it. Of course I would care, but like, out of everyone in my house, I wouldn't want to bring it home and, give it to my wife or my daughter. That's what scared me the most. So like, I literally walk in the house and like my daughter, like, Dad, I'm like, don't touch me. I would walk straight and I would take my clothes off, like everything out in the garage, I throw them in the wash right away. I go take a shower and then just, the best that I could, it worked out. So, but like you said, it's viral too, which just sucks. So it's just, but we're lucky and, keep praying.
Well, then you've got the situation of working from home, because I know that you set up a gym at your house.
Yeah. That's the one thing I never want to do is like, because my home is my sanctuary, man. That's where I get away from everything. And my wife had a little spot for herself. We have a big basement, thank God. But, with everything going on, it's just tough. My gym was shut down, and it kind of just weird how it worked out. My wife was like, all right, well, we gotta figure it out. Because it was crazy because my last house, we just moved right before the last fight, second DC fight. I had a massive 3,000 square foot heated barn. So I could have put a cage in there. It would have been great. But we moved, so now I can't use it, So I'm like, God dang it. So then we have a new house, which I love, and it's a big basement, thank God. And my wife's like, all right. And my wife was a boss. She's like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to build shelves. And so within a week, we had wrestling mats down there. Everything was moved. It was crazy. She was a savage. She figured it all out, and then when, we got hooked up with some, Dalmar hooked me up with some wall mats, and, we got some Rev Gear hooked me up with some bags. They hooked, great companies that helped me out. And, it's a great, I love it now. I wish I would have done it earlier because it kind of rejuvenated me. It's just, I'm at home more, more in like just our coaches. You don't have to worry about all the, like, and in a sad way, I'm not selfish, but it is, but like kind of like just like not worrying about me, but it's just us. Just being like a clubhouse, It was awesome. We loved it. So, we had to do a couple days a week, like twice a week, but that was about it. And then the rest was at the house, and we loved it.
How many times did family members forget that you were training downstairs? This happens to me all the time with interviews. Like my daughter might come down during this conversation, man, and have and get involved in what you doing, Daddy. Did she come down? Did she say, "What you up to? You wrestling around with this guy on the floor in our basement"?
Yeah, no, my wife knew because they wouldn't come over. But I was funny because she'd bring her down and she'd be laughing, thinking it's funny. I get punched in the face. She loved it. I'm like, it's not funny. Like, no, it's not funny. So, but it was just great seeing her just put a smile on her face. And like, we had the pool, we do pool workouts, and she'd be in the pool with me working out. She watched me work out, and she'd be like, Dad, trying to get to me, and I'm trying to like, do stuff. And it was so refreshing and just so nice, and just it's awesome.
I can tell you seem in a really good place, man. The smile on your face is there. You seem really happy at this point of obviously fight week. Yeah, listen, man. It's one thing in my life though is I don't want to be pissed off. I always want to be happy, but also just like you said, like it sucks. My wife's coming, in town on Thursday, but my daughter can't come just because everything going on. Of course,
it's too far of a flight for her, and even with the children, she'll still be okay mostly because most children are okay. But I don't want to like put her through that, and as much as I want her here, but she's back home with the in-laws, my mom and my dad, and but listen. It's all guys FaceTime her, which she doesn't care. She sees me, she waves, and then she walks away. I'm like, all right, love you too.
Yeah, exactly, man. It hurts you more. It hurts you more. She's having a whale of a time. She's at grandparents getting spoiled every day.
Oh, it's the worst, dude. It's so bad. Like, and I even tried to tell them, and they're like, yeah, okay. My mom, same thing. She's like, yeah, okay, bye. What do you want, a cookie? I'm like, it's 9:00 at night. Like, please, beg you. Not chocolate. She's not gonna go to bed.
Listen, it gets worse next week because when you get back, it's your birthday. So there'll be cake and all sorts around my friend, and she'll be into that. It's party time for her.
I'm okay with that then because I'm selfish.
Let's talk fights. Winning that second fight, I personally remember you winning the championship for the first time, taking it back to Ohio, and the reception that you got was ludicrous, man. The people came out. It was madness. What was it like the second time round?
Man, it's just awesome. It's just, I think it was the best city, dude. I love that city. Not many people think that, but I love that city. And people are just true, man. They blue collar people that, respect each other and have loyalty to each other. And it's awesome. And, it's great. If I'm going out, if I go to the store, if I'm going to a restaurant, no one really, they're just like, hey, what's up, champ? And that's it. No, like, what I mean? It's just, they're so nice about it. And like, listen, I love it, dude. Like, cause like one day it's not going to be there no matter what, no matter how big in the sport, any sport is, it's going to go. The time's going to go. It's just because it's on to the next. And I'm just grateful for it, and I'm just happy that I have such support here in Cleveland.
Well, that's important because I would imagine that it would have been a similar reaction, maybe not as as much adulation as you winning the title, but when you lost it in the first fight. I'm sure there was a lot of people on the street because of what it meant to them as well as yourself would have been there to pick you up.
Yeah, it was great. They're like, you got it, champ. No worries. They still call me champ, and they're just like, you got this. You get it back. No worries. Like, it was awesome. Honestly, it's just great to see, and just people are so nice here, man. And in Cleveland, I love. That's why I love the city, man. So I'm never leaving.
I know that you've got it back now, but how do you look at that first fight? What are your learns from it? What do you take away from the first one?
I just didn't listen. I just didn't listen to my coaches. Like I was doing things that were right, and I wasn't doing anything bad. I just was not doing what I was supposed to the whole time, and that's when I got caught. And listen, the fight game, anything can happen. And
of course,
the fight. I kind of started again the same way. I started slow. Never started so slow. I started so slow, and I just it took me a little bit to get warmed up and get the wheels moving, and if I figured it out and I kind of opened up finally, thank God, and found a way.
It's hard, man. You've especially with where you were at in your career at that time, record amount of defenses. Yeah. You're taking care of every contender. This guy was coming up from light heavyweight. Again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Was there maybe underestimating him a touch, or?
I don't know about that. I don't underestimate anyone. I think I just I don't know. Maybe one day I'll figure it out why. But listen, I lost. That's all it comes down to is I lost, and it was his bad day, and it sucks.
Second fight though, the way that you changed the momentum of the fight and got the job done at the back end must give you an awful amount of confidence coming into this weekend.
Yeah, no question. I honestly, I felt like I said, the first like round and a half, 2 rounds, I was like, oh God, Jesus, what am I doing? Do I even know how to fight anymore? Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? It's so bad. And then, I finally started opening up and I started moving around more in the third round, started, doing what I was supposed to do. In the fourth round, it all came together, Listen, I'm going to get hit. I know that it's a fight. You're going to get hit no matter what. I mean, but like, better if you don't, of course, but like, it was definitely a lot better and I was doing smarter things and I figured a few things out and, I had the best coaches in the world and it all came together.
And then the Irish jig. Then we got to see the Irish jig. Couple of things on this weekend because it's a very different fight night for you. You're used to fighting in front of packed arenas and feeling the adulation of the crowd. 25-foot cage at the Apex. Does that alter your preparation for this fight at all?
No, honestly, I actually trained one. So,
all right.
So, nothing new. I know he's going to try racing, he's going to try wrestling me and bring my wrestling shoes and all that. But, we're fighting, we're not wrestling. So, definitely always got to look out for that. No matter what, even with the 30-foot cage, I still have to watch out for the wrestling. It is what it is. But, no, I trained that cage all the time and, I worked hard and, I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't know what I was doing.
Of course. A trilogy of this magnitude, for me as a fan, kind of need, it is all the crowd. A crowd should be there, man. We should be going crazy for the athletes that are obviously competing for the heavyweight championship of the world. How do you feel about fighting behind closed doors?
I don't mind it. Honestly, it's cool to have fans there. It is because that's what it's what makes the sport it is. It's why it's where it's at. It's because of the fans and but I don't really feed off the crowd. I fight. I try to listen to my coaches and because I got another man in front of me trying to beat me up. So I worry about that and but it's great. It's great to have fans. Unfortunately, they're not going to be there, but at least they can watch it.
You've mopped up this division once. After the weekend, what next for Stipe Miocic?
Go home and celebrate my birthday, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know that's the immediate thing, Stipe.
That's it.
But as you look down the list, there's now, for example, you've already beaten Francis, but Francis most certainly has put the wins together to maybe be worthy of another shot. You've got Derek at the weekend doing his thing. You've got some younger talent coming through as well. In your opinion, because like I said, you're the guy. So in your opinion, in this weight division, is this now the most exciting time to be a heavyweight because the challenges are actually there?
Yeah, I think there's always just challenges. I think just sometimes, it's just sometimes the challenger doesn't get it done that he's supposed to, and then he has to go back down, work his way back up. But so far, there's a lot of good guys out there. Listen, in the heavyweight division, though, like anything can happen. It doesn't matter if the guy's not as good as the other guy. You get caught, man. It's like, you got big dudes with small gloves on, throwing bombs, and anything can happen.
Listen, we're looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. The weight class looks great. It's getting stronger. It's looking awesome.
We're looking forward to this weekend. Go well and enjoy the birthday. And we might get to see another Irish jig, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a handstand or something this weekend. Stipe, enjoy the rest of fight week, my man. Take care, buddy.
Thanks for having me.